Hey there, thank you for joining me. A quick recap of the previous episode. We were able to put down the launch platform, so we can now launch rockets into space. I will get back to that later. Also, we were able to build the jetpack, so that means that we can fly a little bit. It goes a lot faster to travel across the planet now. And let's have a look at our power situation. We went all nuclear. We have 2 nuclear reactors. So we have a little bit of a surplus. And what is really exciting is we're going to be unlocking the Ore Extractor soon. So at 155. That is going to be a very, very important item. And we're almost at the atmospheric water collector. So that means that we can actually get water from the atmosphere. The name kind of implies that. You can see how fast this goes. We're going to get rain. So I wonder if this actually goes... Let's see if this actually goes hand in hand. Because the atmospheric water collector is a way to catch rain. I just want to see this. There you go. I wasn't aware that this actually is kind of linked to each other. That is hilarious. Right, what do we need for that, baby? Iron. Okay. Not as if I'm going to remember that, but okay. I don't think we can make the pin chip. Oh, we can, but we need osmium. So that is very interesting. I want to craft that one. I have room on my belt. Osmium, I've shown this in the first episode, you can actually find in the cave. As long as some of the ice has melted, you are able to find some osmium in that cave up here. So I'm going to go make my way over there. Alright, so we're at the cave. Let's see if anything melted. We just need 1 piece of osmium. Looks like we can get in, so that is positive. Let's get some osmium. There's also some sulfur here. We're going to need that further on in the game. So this is good stuff. Usually in the game, the items that become available are telling you what should be available when it comes to raw materials and resources. It really is beautiful music. I just love this stuff. Alright, let's focus on the task at hand. I wanted to get that pin thing. Super alloy, 2 cobalt and a magnesium. That might be a little bit of a problem. I don't think we have a super alloy, but we can craft that. Let me put the stuff from my bags away. Okay. I have aluminum in my bag. Oh, I have 1 item of each. That's hilarious. That's all I need. Because you can actually craft the super alloys in the crafting machine if I can find where it is. Here we go. Jesus Christ. Alright. Let's go back. But I do need that magnesium, don't I? Magnesium and cobalt. I'll just pick up some real quick. And there is the ore extractor. I can't wait to build that thing. It's going to help so much with resources. Alright. There we go. People that know me know that I have a horrible memory, and I don't remember anything when it comes to crafting recipes and blueprints. Alright, hydration level is low. Let's get some water. I have some ice in here still. This is actually another reason as to why we're going to build that water collector, because now that the planet is heating up, that ice that you see on the ground is actually melting. It will no longer be available for you. So you might want to keep an eye on that. Okay, let's start with using that pin recipe thing. So this helps. I'm going to get the resources and we're going to build that baby. Alright, I have the materials for the atmospheric water collector. And let's put that down here, I guess. So this simply fills up with water bottles. 150 seconds. So 2.5 minutes and you have 1 bottle of water. It's going to help tremendously. Alright guys, it started raining. That's one of those new things as we progress on the planet. Always handy, this rain. So that is going to, well, technically fill with water and it's going to give us water bottles. Okay, so we can build the ore extractor. So if you place the ore extractor on a generic position, I should say, then it will simply start gathering the main resources that you're familiar with. So iron, magnesium, titanium, cobalt, silicon, that kind of stuff. You can place the ore extractor tier 1 in some locations where it will then start extracting special materials, like in the aluminum fields or inside that iridium cave. Frankly, in the beginning, you don't really need that. You get enough aluminum and iridium from just harvesting the wrecks and exploring the chests and stuff that is around, so you don't really need it. So, looking at the iridium cave, you can see that this ice has not melted yet. So that is still gonna happen, and that will open up a passage to the sulfur fields. And there's plenty of resources you can find there, so that is also very, very handy. The other thing about iridium, for example, is that you can get a lot of iridium if you simply launch the rockets. At this moment we can launch 2 rockets, one is iridium and one is for the uranium. As long as we have the rocket parts, we can basically provide ourselves plenty with those resources, so we don't really have to put a miner down in those respective caves. Alright, let's go see if we have some water. Should be nice, fresh rainwater for us. There we go. Drink one, put one in my bag. Alright guys, we're hunting for some chests, and if you've been playing this game for hundreds of hours, you kinda know where they are. Well, assuming you have a memory that works. So for me, it's always a nice challenge. I'm not sure if this is going to be a meteor attack or a sandstorm. We'll find out soon enough. Also, this whole area will be underwater soon enough, especially now that it started raining. So we kind of want to get to the chests while we can. Nothing really exciting here though. As I mentioned in the previous episodes, I'm not really excited with all the random loot that I'm getting. I guess the RNG gods are against me. That must be it. Next up, very exciting, we're gonna explore that wreck in the distance there. That is actually one of the main wrecks in the game, I would say. It's a fairly big one. It's easy to get lost in there. So I'm gonna build a little cabin there, and let's just start on exploring. Gonna light on. A lot of rooms in this one. This one also has a reactor that will open up more rooms eventually, as soon as we find the energy cells. Okay, let's see what we got. Got some lerma seeds here. Eggplant seed, squash, and squash. At the beginning, you hardly ever find mushroom seeds, which is going to be important later on. Oh, chip. Always appreciated. Okay, we're not going to go up the ladder just yet. So we're going to go this side. Because that's another ladder. It's the only thing you can do in this room. So let's go down. Another chip. Eggplant seed, eggplant seed, eggplant seed, eggplant seed. We're gonna get sick of the eggplant, let me tell you. Little room here. I see another clothing locker there. Very exciting. Oh, bean seed. That's good, that's good. I don't think we had beans yet, do we? No, I don't think we do. Have to grow those. Oh, that's the chest with all the iron. I mentioned that in one of the previous episodes. Almost forgot that chip there. You'll see me do a lot of editing in this section because I'm constantly running back and forth to unload my bags and things like that. Glad I came back in this section because I didn't want to forget that ship there. I think we got that one. Oops. Oh, more bean seeds. Eggplant, eggplant. Nothing there. Oh. A rocket engine. That is always appreciated. Squash. More squash seeds. A golden seed. I don't think I've ever found a golden seed here. By the way, that noise is the rain. Now that we have reached that phase, it seems to be raining almost non-stop in the game. Very noisy. But I actually like the sound of rain. Alright, so we did this whole section. Now we can go back and go up the other ladder. That one goes up, I think. Okay, let's see. There's only one way to go here. There's a reactor, actually. And another chip. No message on any screen yet. Another rocket engine. So this reactor needs one energy cell. Some actually require 2 or 3 to get them activated. Is that another seed here? Lerma seed. Another Lerma seed. And if you have the higher level, the higher tier of the deconstruction ship, you can actually disenchant these. They give you circuit boards that you will need later on. Oh, bean seeds, almost forgot those. There's a secret compartment somewhere here. Let's see what another chip, wow. Put that away. I don't really need food, I will eat it right away. Let's see what that is. We'll have to hunt for that one again. There it is. You can see that we can actually, it's right next to the reactor. There's a couple of chests. The great thing about this chest is that it has a seed in it. The Itera 3 seed. As far as I know, there's only 1 or 2 of those in the game. I still don't know if it's 2 or 1. But it's pretty special. Unless they added it that you can now purchase it later on in the game. For your space credits, the Terra tokens. And we'll get to that later on in the series. But as far as I know, there's only 1 or 2 of those in the game. So it's pretty special. Well, I have to unload my bag again. Alright, we found 5 chips. So I'm going to use that trick again that, like I said, was taught to me by one of my viewers. I apologize, I do not remember the name of the viewer. But you can deconstruct the door, put the screen down, and simply get your chips decoded. Shredder machine. That is kind of like a trash can. You can dump stuff in there that you want to get rid of. A satellite that helps actually with the mapping of the planet. We'll get to that later on. The improved torch. Another screen for the mapping of the planet. And the big living compartment. And that one is actually really nice because it allows me to build bigger compartments, which is great for storage rooms, for example. Alright, so we finished exploring that rack. Time to go back home, look into the new structures that we can put down. Let's make a quick stop at our Ore Extractor for those that are new to the game and don't know exactly how it all works. You can see that this chest is simply filled up with the raw resources that we're familiar with. I call them the Big 5. One of the items that I haven't built yet is the Biodome. I haven't forgotten about that. And as you know, I built one long tunnel. So let's see if I have the resources for this. And then for the Biodome, I can now pin that. You should have that all. 1, 2, 3, and one of those, and a seed. This one? Yep, perfect. Okay. Then let's see if I can actually do from inside. There we go. So that's the biodome. The biodome basically generates oxygen. It's 135 per second. If you compare that to the other items, the tier 3 veggie tube oil generates 13. Keep in mind that we put a seed in there. The golden seed has a multiplier of 600%, so that would put it around 78 oxygen that this would create. The grass spreader also creates oxygen as 108. It's more than the veggie tube. So it also creates plant. The veggie tube doesn't create plant, so at some point I get rid of these. But the biodome creates most oxygen. There's nothing else it does really. There's a screen for you to check your progress in the biomass of the plant to see what you're going to unlock, but that's basically it. It's not a very exciting structure. I'm a little bit hungry, and for those that have been wondering, how's our food growing going? Well, we have an eggplant, we have a squash, and yes, I can put more of these down and grow some beans and things like that. Eventually we will do that, but right now we have so much food laying around, so it's we're good. So the squash gives 40 food, or health I should say, and the eggplant only gives 25, so let's use that one. Alright, time to put that big living compartment here. Let's line it up nicely. There we go. It's way more spacious. There's going to be a bigger one later on in the game, but for now this is fine. And where's it at? It's over here on the right. So this is going to be a great place for me to put all my storage lockers. At least for the moment. Everything's changing throughout the whole game. You'll see that the base is going to be changing and everything's going to be changing. There's still a couple of items on my tool belt and I haven't completely upgraded yet. One of them is the mining, so let's get that done. The tier 3 mining speed microchip. And the improved torch, the tier 2 torch. And for the rest we're all set, except for the compass, which I don't really care for. Alright, let's launch some rockets. The interesting part about the rockets is that it needs of course a rocket engine. I was fortunate enough to find two. But if you look at it, it needs iridium and uranium. The first two rockets you can launch in the game, they will actually give you iridium and uranium. You just have to play it smart. You can basically launch rockets forever. And they will give you a massive boost to your oxygen and, if I remember correctly, pressure generation. We're going to go over there right now. So we're going to launch one of each. So for whatever reason, these rockets somehow attract a meteor storm that is either going to drop uranium or iridium in your base, around your base. Let's have a look. You can actually see something come down. You can see the meteors coming right there. And then you can just pick them up and launch more and more rockets. Alright, the meteor storms are over. They were followed directly and immediately by a sandstorm. So let's see what we can find. There should be some uranium and some iridium here somewhere. I'm glad it glows, so it's easier to detect. Looks like there's actually iridium there as well. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit until all the debris is gone. It's easier to reach it then. And if I'm not mistaken, I think every meteor drops 5 of each. So I'm talking about not the whole meteor attack that only drops 5 uranium, but the meteor itself, so every hit, every strike is 5 of each. There's a tiny wreck that I forgot to explore in the aluminum field, so I'm making my way over there. Here it is. Oh, it's 4 crates, okay. And a chip. Well, my bags are full again. And the tier 5 backpack is unlocked for us, and that is a massive upgrade. Let's see what is needed for that tier 5 backpack. 3 super alloys and titanium. Okay. There we go. That's a lot more space. Very nice. One item that we haven't built yet is the recycle machine. It's very handy in the late game actually. But just slap it down right now. So anything that can be crafted, you can recycle here and you will get the original materials back. It's very, very handy. Alright, in the meantime we have also unlocked the tier 1 Algae Generator. So that will generate oxygen and plants, but it also grows algae, and you're going to need that for further recipes. Time to check up on our cave. Let's see if more ice has been melting in the meantime. Ah, looks like it. So we have some fresh osmium available. Actually, before we put down the algae generator, we first are going to put down the Biolab, now that we found those 2 osmiums. That's all we needed. And we can put that baby down here somewhere. Let's see if I can link it up nicely. There we go. And this Biolab allows you to craft certain items that, again, you're going to need further in the game. For example, you need to buy a plastic nugget in order to create, as you can see, the algae generator. Now, I was fortunate enough, I found a couple in the chest, so I don't have to craft any just yet. Alright, and now we can then put down that algae generator. And as you can expect, that needs to be in water. And as you can see here, the valley has started filling up with water. It's not going to lead to a biblical flood or anything like that. We're safe up there. But this water will basically reach kind of that level up there. So right now, I'll have to put the algae generator all the way here. And I'll just move it along as the water keeps rising. So it just generates oxygen. And we'll start growing some algae on the radius. We'll have to wait for that. Now that the valley has started filling up with water, I'm just going to double check. I'm pretty sure this ice is gone here. Yep, that is gone. Let me pick up an aluminum while we're here. And this will then open up access to the sulfur fields. There's a lot of sulfur you can pick up here. But that's not all. It also will open up access to the, well, the osmium cave, as it's called. And that will allow us to pick up some more osmium. This entrance is still frozen up. And also up here there's an entrance that's frozen up that is actually giving access to the wreck, the osmium that we picked up earlier, where I found those 2 additional pieces. So that is all linked together, but right now most of it is still frozen up. But we're still able to get some osmium here, so that's great. And some sulfur. Earlier in this episode we actually unlocked a mapping satellite, or GPS satellite. Let's have a look here. Provides geolocation to the mapping screen, and we also did unlock that mapping screen, by the way. We'll launch one of those. Alright, let's launch that Tier 1 GPS satellite. There's several tiers and they reveal more and more of the map. Okay. Launching the rocket doesn't do much. We have to basically craft a screen to actually see the map. Time to put down a mapping screen and have a look at the map. We have a nice spot here on the table available. Have a look. Okay, so because we launched only the Tier 1 GPS satellite, we have only a limited radius available. But you can actually move along the map here with these arrows. So this is our base. This is that one rack that we have done. This is the first rack that we did in the first episode. In this episode we actually did this bigger rack here. I cannot really zoom out more because we would need the other Tier 2, Tier 3 and Tier 4 GPS satellites for that. You can kind of see how big this map is. So there's more racks all over the place, and yeah, plenty of stuff to do. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave it here. Again, we made quite a bit of progress. The only thing that I haven't built really yet is the Tier 2 nuclear reactor. And that's gonna be something for the next episode. And that gives us a lot more energy than the Tier 1. This is 86 energy, and this is 331. And the resources are really not that difficult to get by. So, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time. Bye bye.